at the coast has been adversely affected. People feeling the pinch in various ways. But indeed, it's not all doom and gloom across the economy. There are, of course, pockets of, well, optimism here and then. There are companies that are going out there to invest in driving this economy in one way or another. One of those is the KCB Branch Group, a company which is a big lender in this region, and they are the brains behind the KCB Lions Den show, which, of course, is premiering today on KTN Home. That, of course, is the second season. The man at the helm, the group COO, Sam Makome, now joins me here in the trading floor. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Now, for most people, they're not, they have begun to forget because of the politics of the season. What exactly is KCB Lions Den? Why does it even matter to the youth of this country?
KCB Lions Den is an exciting show. This is the second season that we're having it, and we are glad that we are premiering it on KTN for the second show.
Yes.
And KCB Lions Den is part of the Shark Tank and the Dragon's Den family.
Yes.
We customized it here in Kenya as Lions Den, where the lion is more than the dragon here in Africa, and that's why we call it the Lions Den. KCB's own symbol is actually the lion, the king of the jungle. So I think it resonates more in our market.
Yes.
And it's a show where we get young entrepreneurs to have hope, young entrepreneurs to have opportunities to showcase their businesses to top business people, and as well to the public at large. And they're able to showcase their businesses and also to attract funding. So it's a very exciting, and we had a very successful show, and we're seeing it becoming bigger and better this time round.
Yes. Now, over the past few months and into last year, KTN News was right across this country, hot on the heels of a program called Tujiajiri with KCB. And they were at a place where we launched hydroponics in Kiambu, in Baringo County, in Marsabit. We were at a place where they were helping build an abattoir in Mombasa, part of a system which helped give some fishermen a boat. And this ties in very well with the job creation that the Lions Den is trying to achieve in terms of entrepreneurship. Why would the bank invest so heavily in these programs?
KCB is East Africa's largest financial institution, and we are committed to doing something about youth employment in this country. We know that there are 800,000, close to 1 million people coming into the market, and we know that all of them cannot be employed formally. So KCB has committed itself with a very elaborate program called Tujiajiri, which really means employ yourself or be able to employ yourself. We know that entrepreneurs really are the people who drive the economy and drive growth. So KCB decided to organize a very detailed program, and it's in a very elaborate program where we have all sorts of levels from training. We are training people particularly in skills that they can be able to sell, like plumbing, things that can be done over a year. We are committed to training, working with the TVET colleges. Apart from the training, we also have market linkages. We also have mentoring as a third stage. And finally, we have funding. Meaning at every level of entrepreneurship, KCB has a plan. In the plan, for instance, to train people, we had targeted to train 50,000 people over a period of about 3 to 5 years. We've already completed 10,000 people, and we are around the number 13,000 today. So in terms of the training, we are doing very, very well. And in terms of the mentoring, we have even a website, tujiajiri.com, and many people are able to get with mentors and able to develop their businesses. So I think, and at every level, we have people, like at the mentoring stage, the second level, we already have about 1,000 people. Ultimately, the Lions Den fits in with this because it gives opportunities to young entrepreneurs to be able to get funding, to showcase their businesses, and this is right at the top. So we fund both as a bank and also by giving them exposure to funding through this program called Lions Den.
So what should Kenyans essentially expect out of this show this season? What exactly is it all about? And if, as a viewer, I'm going to be settled down at about 8 o'clock, starting to watch it as we start to roll the credits, what exactly can we wait to see?
No, viewers will be very excited because this time it's bigger and it's even better. Last time we had about 5,000 applicants in season 1. This time we had about 7,000, so it's bigger. When you look at the population of the people who've been shortlisted, a very exciting number. We have over 30% this time are women, so it is also very exciting, showing that there's inclusion and many more women entrepreneurs taking part. Then we also have people from very many counties, so we have at least 12 to 13 counties represented. We are also looking at a wide range of industries. Previously, we had fewer industries. Now we have a lot more industries represented, from manufacturing to trading. So there are so many like entertainment, IT. So we are seeing a lot of industries there. We are seeing different kinds of people. So I think we're very excited about the episodes that are going to come.
Yes.
They look bigger and they look a lot more exciting. In season 1, we had 153 million shillings committed.
Wow.
So we are looking to a bigger, better, and more exciting show.
Part of the government's commitment has been the fact that they want to create jobs, as we have already mentioned. And the fact that it takes a lot of work to create this. How exactly does this initiative tie in with that youth agenda on the larger scale? Because every year we have this entire pipeline of people who are coming, looking at either government or their parents or other people to create jobs in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I think this ties in very well with what the government is doing. In any case, we ourselves, like in part of the training, we use certain colleges that are also government colleges, but we sponsor people there. So I think nobody can create jobs just by themselves.
Yes.
We were in an ecosystem where everybody is playing a role. As a bank, for instance, we expect to grow our SME sector. But we cannot just sit down and expect that somebody is going to create these SMEs. We ourselves have to take a very active role in creating these SMEs, growing businesses, and investing in this sector. And I think from what we've seen, the response we've seen, I think we've been very, very excited. So there are different ways of partnering. We partner with various other people. We've even partnered with other foundations in areas like agriculture, which we are looking at. We've partnered with people like Agra. So on the other hand, it's holding hands with other people and other stakeholders. In part of the training, we've even done things together with the university in part of the Tujiajiri program. So at different places and different levels, we are partnering with government and with other stakeholders.
Very finally and very briefly, the fact that we did actually see under the foundation, KCB Foundation, go out there at some point and give interest-free loans to people you wouldn't even expect that they would be able to afford loans, pastoralists and that sort of thing. Will this create an ecosystem which feeds into the corporate sort of thing, because we are seeing some of these businesses start to graduate and come into the formal financial sector?
Yes, indeed it will, and you're spot on. Because at the beginning, we give people skills, like at the training level. And ultimately, in the next phase, because what happens is that we are taking them from one level to the other. At the next level, you start giving people a bit of financing, and you can make it even affordable financing. One of the ways we are funding is by giving them a special micro product, which can help people. If, let's say, you want to start a hair salon, you can actually get a micro product and grow. And as you get through the first stages, you eventually qualify and become a proper SME. Then you can get wind from there, really baby milk, and get to the stage where you are now getting other facilities, normal bank SME facilities. So you keep on growing. And ultimately, we've seen certain SMEs graduate from being an SME right into a small corporate. So I think what we have actually in this program is we have a way of graduating them from one level. It's a ladder. So the first level is to create your hustle. Then after that, you ignite your hustle. Then ultimately, we fuel it or crown it. So by the time you're having other people bringing in their own capital, you've got into a business that's working, and you just wanted to crown it, and you want to fuel it. So we are intervening at every level to support the youth.
Well, indeed, we expect that in a few years we can begin to see the emergence of other state champions. Indeed, regional economic